the more you try to fit in, the more you feel like an outsider. So today, bro, I was in class, I'm not gonna lie, and the whole day, honestly, like every single class that I had, I just felt very lonely. I just felt like I just can't relate to anyone. You know, I'm just sitting there in class, in the desk, not talking to anyone, just focusing on the lesson. And you know, I don't have friends. And the thing is, I don't have anyone to talk to. But the thing is, like, if this was like a couple of years ago, I would be sitting at the back, you know, chatting and laughing with my friends. But now, it's different. Like, the more you try to fit in, the more you feel like an outsider. And the thing is, I tried to fit in with these people. I tried to fit in with, you know, like the guys in my class, right? But they're all playing on their iPads. They all have like social media on their phones and TikTok and Instagram and all this nonsense. But the thing is, every single time I try to like open up a conversation, I try to fit in because I'm a human being. Like, I'm a human being. I want people, because like we as human beings, we are extremely social animals, right? And that's why so few people actually become successful and actually become the best versions of themselves. It's because they actually make it through the lonely chapter. The lonely chapter is inevitable. It's inevitable. You know, a Shaolin monk said this analogy, which I love. If you imagine success like, or becoming the best version of yourself, like a hierarchy, right? Or self-improvement, really, like a hierarchy. The more you go up, you go even more low. Like, it's like a mountain, right? When you're down here, you have everyone around you, right? You have all the people around you because, you know, it's like the base, right? But then you go up, you have just a little bit less, and then you go up a little bit less, and then you go up and up and up and up and up until you go up, you go even more low. And then you go up, you only have like 1 or 2 people, and then you go up and then you have literally no one. And you stay there for a while. And the thing is, most people, first of all, never reach that state of being so alone because they never even improve themselves. But if they even get close to it, they immediately return back because it's painful. It's freaking hard to go through the lonely chapter. It's hard to sit alone in class, right? It's hard to be the kid who everyone thinks like they're different and they're weird, and you know, be the kid who stands at the back of the line and, you know, who relates to no one. But that's the price of success. If you imagine like success, like there's money you have to pay, the money you pay is the loneliness that you feel. That's the price of success. And I heard this from Alex Hormozi the other day, and I loved it. He said, you can't fit in and also be exceptional. Both have discomfort. When you fit in, you have internal conflict because you're not being 100% you. But when you're exceptional, you have external conflict because everyone sees you as different. So let me explain that. When you fit in, right, you have this, I don't know how to explain it, like this consciousness, or you have this like conqueror and emperor inside you that's telling you, man, we're not supposed to be here, man. What the hell are you doing? Why are you acting? Why do you have this mask? Why are you trying to act in front of everyone? And it's just screaming at you. You just feel it like screaming at you. Hey, this is against your values. Hey, the mission is way more important than this. And the mission for you, it's like, for you it might be anything, but for me, it's to get as many people into self-improvement as possible, to get hundreds of thousands, even millions of people into self-improvement, to change people's lives through self-improvement, to help everyone become the best version of themselves. And the thing is, my mission, the way I see the world, like, if I imagine if everyone got on self-improvement, how beautiful and amazing just this world will be, man. Like, just imagine that if everyone got on self-improvement, men and women. Like, there will be no wars, there will be no more suffering. We will have like amazing relationships. There will be no more trauma, there will be no more pain, there will be no more depression. If everyone really got onto self-improvement. And that's what I'm trying to do. And yeah, it's a big goal, and maybe I won't even achieve all of it in this lifetime. Maybe I'll have my kids or my grandkids will have to do it for me to get everyone onto self-improvement. But hey, that's the mission. That's the mission, and I'll never give up, and I'll never stop. Okay, so that's the fitting in. But when you're exceptional, you have external conflict because everyone sees you as different. When you're exceptional, right, everyone sees you as different. Like, when you sit alone in class, right, and you're improving yourself, you're going to the gym, meditating, reading, journaling, sleeping early, doing all these amazing things, right? And you're sitting alone. People are they're just fascinated by you, or they're just shocked. Like, how are you sitting alone? How is he sitting alone and not talking to anyone? How is he just sitting alone without opening his phone, without opening a laptop, just being present? Like, so freaking few people can do that. Just sitting alone and doing nothing. Like one time, I remember in class, right? When that time when like everyone just goes insane, like the whole class just goes insane, right? And the teacher just loses control and just stops trying, right? I remember everyone was just going insane. And there was just like a lot of noise and everyone's just laughing and screaming or whatever. And I'm sitting there, with my hands on my knees, and just being present, right? Just watching what's happening and just thinking in my head. And this girl literally told me, I'm frightened by you. Like, are you okay? Like, because people can't do that, man. People can't do that. Like, people are so scared of just being alone, of just being by themselves. They just can't handle it. But you know why? Because their mind will just be screaming at them. When you sit alone and you're bored, your mind will just be screaming at you. And it will keep screaming at you because you're avoiding the big questions. Most people avoid the big questions. What am I going to do with my life? What is the meaning of my life? What is the meaning and purpose of my life? How will I get married? How will I build a house? How will I have kids? The big questions. And the thing is, especially young men, man, and this just makes me so mad. They just run away from all these big questions through instant gratification. Video games and junk food and all this crap that doesn't mean anything. So I'll end it with this. If you're alone and you feel like you can't relate to anyone, and you're the type of kid or the type of guy who just sits alone in class and can't relate to anyone, you're focused on the lesson and everyone views you as different, you're on the right path. You, my friend, are exceptional. But the thing is, people can't see it yet, because to be exceptional, you first have to be the exception. All right? Yeah, and the only chapter, it's painful, but that's why so few people actually make it through on the other side and actually get what they want and actually become the best version of themselves and be successful, right? So yeah, that's what I think, that's what I learned, and as always, we're in this together, and we will make it.